After all, I am the biggest planet of us all.
Okay, chapter 3, page 40. Read. Read first. Page 40.
Page 40.
Is it my turn yet?
Is it my turn yet? After all, I am the biggest planet of us all. It was true. I am over 1,000 Earths would fit into Jupiter. Come on then, Jupiters and Mars who like to argue and fight. I am your neighbor.
What is a neighbor?
Neighbor, nearby.
People living nearby, okay?
Yeah.
Next to, okay, next door. Right. Next one.
Tell me some other way in which you are better than me.
Okay. Grumble. Say grumble.
Rumble.
When do you think people grumble?
Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
When
When do you think people grumble?
I am very mad.
Hmm? Okay. When you're mad or don't like the attitude
Yeah.
or complain, express dissatisfaction.
Yes.
When you dissatisfaction, express
Express.
in a low and rumbling, muttering manner. Okay.
Yes.
Expressing discontent or annoyance. So,
No.
who do you think can grumble more? Your little sister and you to your mom?
My
Little sister grumbles more than you. Why? Why do you think she grumbles?
Because little sister doesn't listen.
She doesn't like the way your mother does sometimes, okay?
Yeah.
So when she expresses dissatisfaction or discontent
Yeah.
or grievance or sometimes annoyance. So tell me one thing that made her grumble nowadays.
Made her grumble.
Tell me one thing, one episode.
When
Your mother did something that your little sister grumbled, so your mother was angry, blah blah, like this. Tell me about it.
when my little sister wants to watch TV.
Uh-huh. And
And try.
she cried
Yeah.
because your mother didn't listen to her, okay? Right. So, okay. Here. Who was grumbling and why? Who was grumbling and why? Who was grumbling?
Jupiter was grumbling
Why?
because it's not his turn.
Do you think that he was patient or impatient? Say, he was impatient.
He was impatient.
So, what does it mean, patient?
Impatient.
Impatient,
Not impatient.
not patient.
Yeah.
That means lack of patience or feeling restlessness, waiting for something or someone. Do you think that your little sister is getting impatient?
No.
No? Do you think she's patient?
No.
So, when do you think people are patient?
People are impatient
When do you think?
when you're very in a hurry.
Wait for something, but that doesn't come early,
Yeah.
okay? Then people get impatient. What about patient? When do you say patient?
When someone listen,
Having the ability to tolerate delay or problems.
delay problems.
Now, what did Jupiter say about its size compared to the other planet? What did Jupiter say about its size compared to the other planet?
It's over 1,000 Earths.
Yeah,
and
Jupiter
70
said that he was the biggest planet, and that's over 1,000 Earth could fit into him, okay?
Yeah.
1,000 Earth could fit into him.
Wow, that's very big.
It's very big, okay? Who challenged Jupiter to list other ways he was better than them?
Sure.
Okay.
You are better.
Who challenged Jupiter? Who do it? Who challenged Jupiter
Mars challenges Jupiter.
to list other ways he was better than them, okay?
Yeah.
Why did Mars like to argue and fight?
Because
Maybe Mars liked to argue and fight, okay?
yes.
Did Jupiter list other ways he was superior to Mars? There's no meaning about that. How did Jupiter feel about waiting his turn?
Waiting turn.
Mhm. Jupiter was impatient and grumbling about waiting his turn, okay? How did Mars react to Jupiter's complaint? How did Mars react to Jupiter's complaint?
Mercury of Jupiter complained.
How did?
No,
How did it?
they needed to
Tell me?
이거 아직도 있네. 끈끈이지?
Okay, read next page.
Okay.
Next page.
My math is so great that humans can't imagine the number. Boom, Jupiter. Think of a billion kilograms. Then multiply it by a million. Mars tried to think of something so huge, then multiply it a million again, said Jupiter, and then multiply it by other millions. Stop, said Mars. You are still talking about your math. Tell us something else. Jupiter thought for a while. I have over 60 moons. That's nothing, said Saturn.
Okay. Then, so Jupiter exclaimed with a booming voice, his mass is unimaginably larger for humans.
Yes.
He challenged Mars to think of number by starting with 1 billion kilogram and multiplying it by 1 million, then repeating the process twice more.
Yes.
Overwhelmed, Mars asked Jupiter to stop and requested him to share something different. Okay, what was Jupiter's statement about his mass?
Jupiter's statement about his math is very big.
And then how did Jupiter illustrate the magnitude of his mass? How did Jupiter illustrate the magnitude of his mass? Illustrate means show. Show. How did Jupiter show the magnitude of map? What about magnitude?
Magnitude.
The size.
The
Size of his mass.
Jupiter
Jupiter asked Mars to think of 1 billion kilogram
Yeah.
and then multiply it by 1 billion, repeating the process 2 more times. Okay? Who tried to comprehend the enormous number suggested by Jupiter?
Yeah.
Who tried to comprehend the enormous number suggested by Jupiter.
And suggested by Jupiter.
Who tried to comprehend enormous numbers suggested by Jupiter. Who tried to comprehend?
Comprehend? What comprehend?
That means understand. Who try to understand the enormous number suggested by Jupiter. Who?
They suggest.
Who suggested? Who attempt to grasp the incredible, large numbers proposed by Jupiter?
Yeah.
Jupiter or Mars?
Jupiter?
No, Mars.
Mars.
Mars attempted to grasp the incredibly large number proposed by Jupiter, okay?
Yes.
How did Jupiter further amplify the magnitude of the number? Amplify.
Amplify?
What does it mean, amplify? Amplify.
Amplify? What is that?
When you say amplify, so that means okay. Increasing the amplitude. Increasing. Increase. Okay. Intensify.
Intensify.
Okay. So, in general, you have said that amplify means intensify, enhance, or magnify something. Say magnify.
Magnify.
So amplify means magnify.
Magnify.
Say.
Amplify means magnify.
So how did Jupiter further amplify the magnitude of the number? How did Jupiter amplify the magnitude of number?
A billion kilograms and multiply by.
Jupiter instructed Mars to multiply the previously mentioned number, okay?
Yeah.
By a million once again, then repeat the process one more time, okay?
Yes.
One more time. How did Jupiter further amplify the magnitude of the number? How did Jupiter amplify the magnitude of the number? Jupiter instructed Mars to multiply the previously mentioned number
Multiply
by a million once again.
A million once again.
Then repeat the process one more time.
And one more again. And
Why did Mars ask Jupiter to stop? Mars requested
you're
Jupiter
still
to.
talking about your math.
Yeah, we're still referring to the same massive number related to his own mass.
Yes.
What did Mars want Jupiter to do instead?
Mars wanted Jupiter to tell the facts.
Ask Jupiter to provide different topic information instead of discussing his colossal mass.
Yes.
One more time. What did Mars want Jupiter to do instead?
Jupiter wanted to do instead. Mars wants to know Jupiter's facts.
Yeah. So Mars asked Jupiter to provide different topics or information instead of discussing his colossal mass.
Yeah.
What did Jupiter's statement imply about the scale of the mass?
Is got the mass. Mars.
Jupiter's statement indicated that his mass is so enormous, very huge, that it surpassed the comprehension of humans.
Yeah.
Even after going through the multiplications process multiple times, okay?
Yeah.
Next page, page 43, read it.
Jupiter thought for a while. I have over 60 mils. That's nothing, said Saturn. I have a lot more than that. Jupiter thought again. My surface temperature is minus 108 degrees. That's quite cold, said Uranus and Neptune, but we are far colder than that.
Okay. Now, during conversation among Jupiter,
Yeah.
Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, they talk about the unique characteristics such as the number of moons they have or the surface temperatures. How many moons does Jupiter have?
Jupiter has 16 moons.
How many moons does Saturn have compared to Jupiter?
Saturn is compared to Jupiter.
82 known moons, making it the planet with the
Yeah.
most moons in the solar systems.
And
What is Jupiter's surface temperature?
Jupiter's temperature is minus 108 degrees.
What do Uranus and Neptune say about Jupiter's temperature?
Jupiter's temperature, that's quite cold, but we are far colder than that.
What are some characteristics that Jupiter and Saturn talk about?
Jupiter and on top.
What are some characteristics that Jupiter and Saturn talk about?
Jupiter's talk about? That's
They talk about the number
of
of moons and surface temperature.
Surface.
Who are the planets that participate in the conversation? Who are the planets that join the conversation? They participate in the conversation.
They participate.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune join the conversation.
Yeah.
What is the main topic of the conversation?
Yeah. There's during competition.
No. What is the main topic of the conversation?
The most
Main topic of the conversation what? Is the unique characteristic of each planet. One more time. What is the main topic of this conversation?
Conversation.
What is the main topic of this conversation?
Conversation.
The main topic of the conversation is that the unique characteristic of each planet. One more time. What is the main topic of this conversation?
Main topic of the
Main topic.
conversation is to
Unique.
unique about characteristics.
Unique characteristic of each planet.
Of each planet.
Unique characteristic of each planet.
Of each planet.
Okay, close your book. Okay, first one. Who was grumbling and why?
Jupiter was grumbling
Why?
because he wanted to tell.
He was impatient.
He was impatient.
And wanted his turn.
Wanted his turn.
One more time. Who was grumbling and why?
Jupiter was
Grumbling because he was impatient and wanted his turn. Why did Jupiter say about his size compared to the other planet? Why did Jupiter say about his size compared to the other planet?
The size?
Tell me.
The size
What did Jupiter say about his size?
is very big.
His size was so
the size
enormous.
was,
So enormous. And said that he was the biggest planet. That over 1,000 Earths could fit into him. Could fit into him. Who challenged Jupiter to list other ways he was better than them?
Neptune, Saturn was.
One more time. Who challenged Jupiter to list other ways he was better than them?
They challenge to.
Mars challenged Jupiter to list other ways he was better than them. Him, okay? One more time. Mars challenged Jupiter to list other ways he was better than him. Why did Mars like to argue and fight?
Because it's
But text doesn't give the reason.
yes.
Okay. Did Jupiter list other ways he was superior to Mars? Did Jupiter list other ways he was superior to Mars? They don't talk about this, okay?
Yes.
How did Jupiter feel about waiting his turn? How did Jupiter feel about?
Jupiter felt that
Jupiter was impatient
Jupiter was impatient
and grumbling about waiting his turn.
about waiting his turn.
How did Mars react to Jupiter's statement, complaint?
Complaint?
How did Mars react to Jupiter's complaint?
Stop, you're just telling me.
Challenged Jupiter to list other ways.
List other ways. You're just telling the math.
What was Jupiter's statement about his mass?
Statement.
What was Jupiter's statement about his mass? Jupiter statement about his mass.
About his math.
Jupiter claimed
Claim
his mass is beyond human imaginations. One more time. Jupiter claimed that his mass is beyond the human imaginations. Human cannot imagine that it's impossible.
Yeah.
So big, so huge, you know.
Yeah.
How did Jupiter show the magnitude of his mass? How did Jupiter illustrate?
Jupiter illustrate that
Jupiter asked Mars to think of 1 billion kilograms and multiply it by 1 million, repeating the process 2 more times. Who tried to comprehend the enormous number suggested by Jupiter?
The enormous number.
Yeah. Who tried to comprehend? Who tried to comprehend? Jupiter tried to comprehend or Mars tried to comprehend? Which one?
What's comprehend?
Mars attempt to grasp the incredibly large numbers proposed by Jupiter. How did Jupiter further amplify the magnitude of the number? Amplify means to multiply.
Multiply.
Jupiter instructed Mars to multiply the previously mentioned number by 1 million once again, then repeat the process one more time. Why did Mars ask Jupiter to stop?
Because you're just telling the math.
Yeah, you only talk about math,
Yeah.
It's very annoying, okay, to hear that. Why don't you change topic? Okay?
Yeah.
Tell me different things.
Different.
Ask Jupiter to provide different topic information instead of discussing his colossal mass all the time. What did Jupiter's statement imply about the scale of his mass?
Go math. You will tell me I am very huge.
Yeah, sure. So huge that surpass the comprehension of humans. Okay. Then how many moons does Jupiter have?
Jupiter has more than 60 moons.
How many moons does Saturn have compared to Jupiter?
It's more than Jupiter.
Okay, what is Jupiter's surface temperature?
Jupiter's surface temperature is
Minus 108 Celsius. What do Uranus and Neptune say about Jupiter's state temperature?
It's quite cold, but it's not as our.
Who are the planets that join the conversation? Jupiter,
Jupiter,
Saturn,
Saturn,
Uranus,
Uranus,
Neptune join the conversation. Hey. What is the main topic of this conversation?
main topic of the competition was and
What is the main topic?
the main topic